guilty of computer tampering in the fourth degree. And Article 156.2 of the statute defines computer tampering, saying a person is guilty of computer tampering in the fourth degree when he uses or causes to be used a computer or computer service and having no right to do so. He intentionally alters in any manner or destroys computer data or the computer program of another person. Tyler Winklevoss, Cameron Winklevoss, and Divya Narendra were in a contract with Mark Zuckerberg of the foundation of Harvard Connection. Harvard Connection, now called ConnectU, was a type of social networking site exclusively made for Harvard students to meet opposite sex faster and more efficiently, as well as connecting. The offer of the contract to Zuckerberg was to encode the website for the Winklevoss twins and Divya. The Winklevoss twins and Divya earned his acceptance by him agreeing that he will work on it. The consideration was that he can use the creation of Harvard Connection to rehabilitate his image from the bad image he got from founding FaceMatch. When the Facebook was created on February 4, 2004, the Winklevoss twins and Divya were not notified at all about the Facebook. The Winklevoss twins and Divya did not know about the Facebook until February 9, 2004, when there was an article about the Facebook on Harvard University's school news network, The Crimson. We claim that Zuckerberg has altered Harvard Connection by the Facebook. Zuckerberg was a computer science major student attending Harvard University. In the past, he has created several websites and online services, including CourseMatch, which allows you to find your classmates and friends in the class you attend. Snaps, a type of website that helps you find your favorite music and artists as it analyzes your music on your computer. And FaceMatch, which is a website that seeks male Harvard students to vote on the hottest female Harvard students and ranks the female students. All these websites were created before the Facebook was created. Even before the Facebook was created, his college major, the number and the quality of the websites prove that he was extremely familiar with much of the programming and functionality. Keeping in mind that he is a computer programming and encoding expert, he didn't mention the functionality and convenience, which included the disadvantage toward the Harvard Connection in the first 15 emails that Zuckerberg has sent. But in the 16th email, all of a sudden, he proposes that he is a little skeptical that they have enough functionality in the site to really draw the attention and gain the critical mass necessary to get a site like this to run. And in the current state, if the site does get the type of traffic they are looking for, Zuckerberg doesn't know if they have enough bandwidth from the ISP the Winklevoss twins and Divya using to handle the load without some serious optimization, which will take a few more days to implement, as shown on page 88. But before that, Zuckerberg has sent emails saying that most of the codings are done, and it seems like everything's working on page 87. In one of the 15 emails Zuckerberg has sent. This seems and sounds weird since he's a computer programming and encoding expert. He should have realized and noticed this earlier and not at the 16th slow responding email that Zuckerberg has sent. This unnaturalness could be reasoned as his intentional behavior, or otherwise he will notify the Winklevoss twins and Divya earlier. This demonstrates that despite the time Zuckerberg could have informed the Winklevoss twins and Divya that the inconvenience of Harvard Connection will be an obstacle to the success of the website, Mark has postponed it so the Winklevoss twins and Divya will not be in a bind and start working on the website, but simply delay the process of foundation of Harvard Connection. The other reason supporting the reason why Zuckerberg has intentionally altered the Harvard Connection is because he asked his former best friend, Eduardo Saverin, for financial aid for the purpose of the Facebook. Zuckerberg knew that the Winklevoss twins were rich. Their parents were able to afford twins to attend to a private university at once. They both wrote with much skills and trainings, and at last but not least, everyone in Harvard knew their father is a professor of actuarial science at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, is the author of Pension Mathematics with Numerical Illustrations, and founder of Winklevoss Consultants and Winklevoss Technologies. Yet Zuckerberg has asked Sabrin who was his best friend at that time. It is true that Sabrin did have money for buying servers when Zuckerberg was about to launch the Facebook. But the Winklevoss twins obviously had more money than Sabrin. While Zuckerberg was not sure whether Sabrin will actually help him pay to save the servers, he still chose Sabrin as his co-founder. This could be interpreted that Zuckerberg didn't want to ask the Winklevoss twins for corpus because Zuckerberg will obviously have to tell them what they will use the money for. And if he does that, the Winklevoss will try to prevent Zuckerberg from doing what he is about to, the launch of Facebook. All these are evidence of Zuckerberg intentionally altering the Harvard connection to the Facebook. Therefore, Mark Zuckerberg is guilty of computer tampering and forgery.
First of all, the Winklevoss twins and Divya and Zuckerberg were never in a contract. It is true that the Winklevoss twins and Divya offered Zuckerberg a contract to work on the encoding of the Harvard connection, but Zuckerberg never officially accepted it. True, maybe Zuckerberg said he's in it and he will help it, but it is only a help. And still, the consideration that the Winklevoss twins have proposed to use the programming of the Harvard connection to rehabilitate his image from the Zuckerberg has done from FaceMash is just ridiculous. And that is definitely not a consideration. The rehabilitation of his image from the computer programming is just a natural effect that Zuckerberg will get, and it is not what the Winklevoss are providing Zuckerberg as a consideration. As Zuckerberg agreed on helping the encoding of the website, he was sent the encodings that was already in process from the programmer before. If the Winklevoss twins and Divya claim that Zuckerberg really altered what they have done, Zuckerberg has used some of the code that he got from the one in process. But there's a proof that Zuckerberg did not use the codes in the process that he got from the Winklevoss twins and Divya. Zuckerberg did not mention the functionality and convenience because Zuckerberg was just working on encoding, thinking about nothing but to create the website that the Winklevoss twins had told him to. If Zuckerberg was working with full thoughts in it, maybe I have, but since it was not an official contract or anything, Zuckerberg was just trying to help out the Winklevoss twins and just do whatever they told Zuckerberg to do. The email text saying on page 87 was, "I forgot to bring my charger home with me for Thanksgiving," proves the feelings of Zuckerberg not thinking the encoding of the Harvard connection as a contract, but just somehow. The Facebook was all about taking college students' social life online, and it is not dating site like Match.com or whatever the Winklevoss twins and Divya were trying to create Harvard connection. The Winklevoss twins and Divya explained to me that the Harvard connection will be a website to meet opposite sex faster and more efficiently. Right now, the Harvard connection was explained as it is a social networking website to meet opposite sex faster and more efficiently, as well as connecting. But while Zuckerberg was offered to encode the website, that was not what the Winklevoss twins and Divya had explained. They just said that the Harvard connection will be an online meeting place where Harvard guys and girls could find each other, share information, and connect. And this is said on page 87 too. The exclusivity is just to make sure that the website starts off with a nice jump. Zuckerberg had this idea that the exclusivity will make the Facebook special and different from the other social networking website. Maybe the idea of this exclusivity and Harvard connection is similar, but it is not like this exclusivity exists only in these two websites. The joint website that Zuckerberg had to create, FaceMash, was also exclusive. Therefore, the idea of exclusivity cannot be altered. The idea is too broad. Overall, it is just ridiculous to call the Facebook as an alteration of the Harvard connection. connection because Facebook is much similar to Friendster or MySpace. If the Winklevoss twins and Divya claim to be the founders of the Facebook, they have founded the Facebook. I consider Facebook closer to MySpace and the original exclusive dorm websites combined than the Harvard connection. Regarding to the corpus's financial aid from Edward Sabrin, he was the one Zuckerberg wanted to partner up with. He was the one Zuckerberg wanted to be a co-founder with, because they were best friends back then when they both attended to Harvard. It is the fact that the Winklevoss twins' father is rich, but that does not mean the Winklevoss twins are rich. Their father is. But in Sabrin's case, the money belonged to Sabrin himself, not his parents or anything, because the money was made by himself. So I may have requested the Winklevoss twins for a corpus if Sabrin did not have any money, but Sabrin did, so there was no need for Zuckerberg to make things more difficult. Just like the financial aid for the corpus are found in the Facebook, I just thought it is unnecessary for the Winklevoss twins and Divya to be notified about the launch of the Facebook. Zuckerberg knew the Winklevoss twins and Divya will know it sooner or later because he was expecting the Facebook to be a major website. It was convenient for Zuckerberg not to tell the Winklevoss twins and Divya too, because if he told them that he's working on the foundation of the Facebook, they might have came over to Zuckerberg's place and forced them to work on it. Well, Zuckerberg is not guilty of computer tampering, as he is proved innocent.
It's proposed that the exclusivity is not an original idea, but it was the Winklevoss twins and Divya's conception to apply harvard.edu email as a key to access a social networking site. The original exclusive dorm websites are exclusive, and it does require a harvard.edu emails as a keys to access, but it is not a social networking site. The idea of applying the college exclusivity on a social networking site was their idea, not Zuckerberg's. Zuckerberg was aware of the fact that there is absolutely no room for two Harvard exclusive social networking websites to exist. That is exactly why he kept his progress on the Facebook as a secret from the Winklevoss twins and Divya, and only telling it to his former best friend, Eduardo Sabrin. He was also aware of the first takes most concept of business. He knew that as long as the first website does not have severe malfunction or any type of terrible inconvenience due to the layout, the first website will be the major website, keeping the users from the beginning.
As I mentioned before, the exclusivity was used just to let the Facebook launch smoothly. Soon, Mark Zuckerberg spread the Facebook to Yale, Columbia, and Stanford to test the reaction. Many other colleges started using the Facebook. By 2006, the Facebook allowed every person to become a user. So Mark Zuckerberg is innocent of computer tampering.